going to Genesis 19, chapter 19. Now, the Lord went his way. Lo and behold, they went their way towards Sodom and Gomorrah in chapter 18. Now, this is what they're referred to in chapter 19, so listen. And there came two angels to Sodom at evening, and Lot sat at the gate of Sodom. Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with the face towards the ground. Now them, they refer to them as them because they are a multitude, even though they are two. They are a multitude, even though they are two. The Lord appears as an angel. The Lord can appear as an angel. So when we say, oh, angels are deities of old times. They're gods and goddesses of olden times. These angels is called Lo and Behold. And he said to Behold now my lords, turn and I pray you into your servant's house, and tarry all night and wash your feet, and ye shall rise up early and go on your ways. And they said, Nay, but we will abide in the street all night. And he's like, come on through, spend the night, and then leave. This is Lot. And he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned in unto him, and entered in his house, and he made them a feast, and did bake unleavened bread, and they did eat. These angels can consume and eat. But he insisted that they come. But before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, come past the house round both old and young, all the people from every quarter. The males. Right? And they called unto Lot and said unto him, Where are the men which came into thee this night? Bring them out unto us, we may know them. So man is still part of Genesis. These men are still were supposed to be part of Genesis. So they were able to sleep around with anything. And these angels were part of Genesis beings. They were still lords. And Lot went out the door unto them. These are he, thems. They have more. And shut the door after him, and said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly. Brethren, males, behold, now I have two daughters, which have not known man. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and ye do to them as good in your eyes. Only unto these men do nothing. Only unto these men do nothing. I have daughters that don't know man. They have no male phallic. And you can do with them unto these men. So a singularity of having a vagina or a penis is men, men. Those that have more than a singularity are referred to as them, and they're referred to as man, man. For therefore came they under the shadow of my roof. They're under the covering of my roof. And they said, stand back. And they said again, this one fellow came in to sojourn, and he will needs be a judge. Now we will deal worse with thee than with them. And they pressed sore upon the man, man, even the man, M-A-N, Lot, and came near to break the door. You had a multitude of Parthenogenesis and males, all of them with the same intent. Outside of Parthenogenesis, Lot. Now, next chapter. But the M-E-N, men, put forth their hand and pulled Lot into the house to them and shut to the door. And they smote the M-E-N, males at the door of the house with blindness, both small and great, so that they wearied themselves to find the door. And the M-E-N said unto Lot, Hast there here any besides son-in-law and thy sons and thy daughters and whatsoever thou hast in the city? Bring them out of this place. For we will destroy this place, because the cry of them is waxing great before the face of the Lord, and the Lord hath sent us to destroy. They are speaking of themselves in a higher aspect, in a commanding force. Now when they speak of themselves as an erected commanding force, they refer to themselves in the masculine male format. And Lot went out and spake unto his son-in-laws, which married his daughters, their husbands, and said, Up, get you out of this place, for the Lord will destroy the city. But Lot, he seemed as one that mocked unto his son-in-laws. Now, the reason why I'm going to zoom in on this one, chapter 19:14, is a lot of people look at this as Lot was insisted to his son-in-laws to leave the city. But here it says that Lot seemed as the one that mocked unto his son-in-laws. Meaning, Lot did not go to them in serious nature as much as he was serious when he was at the gates of the city telling them to come through and leave. Lot went to his son-in-laws in a joking manner. He mocked. And when the morning arose, the angels hastened Lot, saying, Arise, take thy wife and thy two daughters which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city. And while he lingered, the men laid hold upon his hand, and upon the hand of his wife, upon the hand of his two daughters, and the Lord being merciful unto him, and they brought him forth and set him without the city. They teleported them out the city. Everybody was there. But the sons, the daughters' husbands. Because Lot intended for them to not take him serious. So Lot left behind his daughters' husbands on purpose. And it came to pass when they brought them forth abroad, and he said, Escape for thy life, look not behind thee, neither stay thou in the plain. Escape to the mountain, lest thou be consumed. Lot said unto them, Oh, not so, my lord. Behold, thy servant hath found grace in thy sight, and thou hast magnified thy mercy, which thou hast showed unto me in saving my life. I cannot escape to the mountain, lest some evil take me and I die. So you mean to tell me you're not even going to obey the angel lords that teleported you with powers unknown to you outside of the cities for you and your daughters and your wife to get away? You're not even going to go to the mountain. And he said, I cannot escape to the mountain lest some evil take me. lest some evil take me and I die. So he's scared to go to the mountain, the very mountain of Abram. So he's scared to go over there near Abraham. And this is the God, behold, who says, now this city is near to flee unto, and it is little one. Oh, let me escape thither. Is it not a little one? And my soul shall live. Now he's asking, I'm little. I'm a little version of you. Let me escape where I want to go, as you go where you want to go. And he said unto them, see, I have accepted thee concerning this thing, and I would not overthrow the city for which thou hast spoken. Hast thee escaped thither, for I cannot do anything till thou be come thither. So you go on about your way. Therefore the name of the city was called Zoar. So he went to Zoar. The sun was risen upon the earth, and Lot entered into Zoar. Then the Lord rained upon Sodom and Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord. So they conjured fire out of the sky, out of the heavens. They conjured light that burst into flame in our ozone layer down onto Sodom and Gomorrah. And he overthrew the cities and all the plain and the inhabitants of the cities, that which grew upon the ground. Now, people go, well, how could they conjure these things? They were alchemists. These Lord angels had been walking the earth for eons. So they knew how to make bombs. They knew how to teleport. They knew how to build motherships for Noah. Help him build a spaceship. They had a profound level of knowledge. And Abram got up early in the morning to the place where he stood before the Lord. And he looked toward Sodom and Gomorrah, toward all the land of the plain, and beheld, and lo and behold, the two lords was in the smoke of the country, which went up in the smoke of the furnace. He could see them out there. And everything had burned up. And it came to pass when God destroyed the cities of the plain. Now a higher entity comes in and destroys the city of the plain. And then that God remembered Abraham and sent Lot out of the midst of the overthrow. And when he overthrew the cities in which Lot dwelt. So that God that served Abraham, who protects Lot, came out and started to burn all the cities that Lot presided in. Now, in a way, Lot could not settle anywhere. Because they told him you got to go in the mountain. Because we're going to hit every city that you go to. So Lot is always going somewhere where there is hell to pay. He's attracted to evil places and towns. Right? Now, why I say this? Because if lest some evil take me, evil has to take Lot. He's drawn to evil. Lot is a magnet, is a bait. Lot is a bait. Because Lot is messed up himself. So evil he's attracted to. Lot went up out of Zoar and dwelt in the mountain, and his two daughters with him, for he feared to dwell in Zoar. He dwelt in the cave, he and his two daughters. Now, let us go back and see that there was no mention of Lot's wife until 26, after Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. These are the other cities that Lot inhabited, which was also destroyed, that his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. And Abram got up early in the morning to the place where he stood before the Lord, and he looked towards Sodom and towards all the land of the plain, and he saw that what had happened. Abraham witnessed Lot's wife becoming a pillar of salt. Now, we have to denote what salt is. She is of earth and water and light, and she became salt. Coarse and refined, snow white, stricken, pale. And after Abraham witnessed what happened to Lot's wife, Abraham's deity tracked Abraham and burned and destroyed wherever Lot was. So Lot decided to take his 2 daughters and go into the mountain. And the firstborn said unto the younger, Our father is old, and there is not a man in the earth to come in unto us after the manner of all the earth. Our father is demented, and he is not parthenogenesis and not in relation to the earth and his manner. But come, let us make our father drink wine, and we will lie with him, that we may preserve the seed of our father. They knew that their father could not do anything, and there is not a man, parthenogenesis, in the earth to come unto us after the manner of the earth. There is not a parthenogenesis being that we can create with. And they made their father drink wine that night, and the firstborn went in and lay with her father. And he perceived not when she lay down, nor when she arose. That means that he didn't know or care that his daughters was having sex with him. And it came to pass on the morrow that the firstborn said unto the younger, Behold, I lay yesterday with my father. She told this deity. She told the deity, I lay with my father. And let us make and drink wine this night also, and go thou in and lie with him, and we may preserve the seed of our father. And they made their father drink wine that night also, and the younger rose and lay with him. And again he perceived not when she laid down, nor when she arose. He didn't care. Didn't know to care. He was just getting it in. Thus both the daughters of Lot with child by their father. And the firstborn bare a son. She had told, Behold, the plan. So these lords knew that these girls was going to continue themselves. You're going to pass down the seed. By any means. But the father was not worthy of anything. Everywhere he went things was riddled in destruction to where he lost his wife. So he left his son-in-laws for dead. His wife frozen in bitterness. And your daughters don't see nothing good in you of the manner of the earth. All thing they see in you that's good is you have sperm. That's all you're good for. And they bear a son, a good one, a holy one. And his name was Moab. The same is the father of the Moabites unto this day. And the younger, she bare a son, and his name is Ben-Ami. The same is the father of the children of Ammon unto this day. Ammon. So she bore Moabi. And the other daughter bore Ammon-Ra. Ammon. Amen. Ammon. Ammon. Now they said, evil take him, lest evil take him. And he died. Evil took him all over the place. Eventually, evil took him where he would die. In the mountains. But what came out of the mountains were never a part of the mountains to begin with. Was the two nations of the Moabites and the children of Ammon. Incest kids. Nothing else to do. And Abraham journeyed from thence towards the south country and dwelled between Kadesh and Shur, and sojourned in Gerar. And Abraham said of Sarah, his wife, she is my sister. And Abimelech, king of Gerar, sent and took Sarah. Abraham said, she is my sister. She is my sister. She's my parent. But God came to Abimelech in a dream by night in his astral and said unto him, behold, contrary to the spirit of the Lord out of. So you match your Lord, your inner higher self matches and becomes the inner higher Lord, an angel. So you are governed and you keep, and you also within you is an angel, which is a Lord. Because God came to Abimelech in a dream, an astral, and said unto him, behold, call forth his angel. Thou art but a dead man, for the woman which thou hast taken, she is a man's, a parthenogenesis being's wife. Meaning you can't touch her. She has her counterparts. And Abimelech had not come near her. Oh, he ain't did nothing. And he said, Lord, wilt thou slay also a righteous nation? Said he not unto me, she is my sister. And she even herself said, he is my brother. In the integrity of my heart and the innocency of my hands, have I done this? He's saying he did not identify as M-A-N. He identified it as a brother, a male. And God said unto him in the dream, yea, I know that thou didst this in the integrity of thy heart, for I also withheld thee from sinning against me. Therefore I suffer thee not to touch her. Now therefore restore the man his wife, for he is a prophet. He shall pray for thee, and thou shalt live, if thou restore her not now, not know thou that thou shalt surely die. So if you don't have no sex with her and you restore her, everything will be fine. But if you do, you will die. All that are thine, die with you. Therefore Abimelech rose early in the morning and called all his servants and told all the things that he said that he heard that was in his ears. And the MENs, the men, the males, were so afraid. And Abimelech called Abraham and said unto him, What hast thou done unto us? What have I on me and my kingdom great sin? Thou hast thou deeds unto me that ought not to be done. Abimelech said unto Abraham, What sawest thou? That thou hast done this thing? And Abraham said, Because I thought surely the fear of God is not in this place. They will slay me for my wife's sake. He said, Because I don't think you are not in your higher self. So I don't think you're intuitive and telepathic individuals that are still connected into the divine angelic forms and higher selves that walk the earth. Therefore, I'm willing to go as far as to test you. And if you don't have this Holy Spirit of Wundam energy in you, then surely this place will be destroyed. And yet indeed she is my sister, and she is the daughter of my father, but not the daughter of my mother. And she became my wife. So she's not from the seed of his mother. She's only from the seed of his father. Now, with them being only the seed of the father, the phallic, the soul source, she is not the seed of the spiritual source. So she could be his wife due to the Holy Spirit and his Holy Spirit being two different matrilineal lines. So in essence, they're not sisters. They're not from the same. They're from the soul source of the solar energy of the light bodies of the heavens. They're not from the spirit of the waters that conjured the light bodies. Those generations. So she's like spirit and he's like soul. And she comes from the soul tribe. But they are not the same spiritual Wundam waters. Now to understand that, you have to remember that Abraham came from you have to go back and remember where Abraham came from in contrast to where he was and where his people were led in different tribes. And it comes to pass when God calls me to wander from my father's house. And I said unto her, This is the kindness which thou shalt show me at every place whither we shall come to say me if he is my brother. Tell people that's your brother. I'm a male. And Abimelech took sheep and oxen and men servants and women servants and gave them unto Abraham and restored him Sarah his wife. And Abimelech said, Behold, I'm calling something out here. My land is before thee. Dwell where it pleaseth thee. And Sarah, he said, Behold, calling her high self, I have given thy brother 1,000 pieces of silver. Behold, he is to the covering of the eyes, unto that are with thee, and with other thus she was reproved. I'll give him everything that he remained hidden here in any of the land as a brother, not a parthenogenesis being. So at this point in time, they're getting hunted. So Abraham prayed unto God, and God, who was over all these high selves, healed Abimelech and his wife and his manservants, and they bare children. So he healed Abimelech. For the Lord had fast closed up all the wombs of the house of Abimelech because of Sarah, Abraham's wife, on the earth. So when Sarah became able to give birth, she was the only woman in the earth that was fair and healthy enough to give birth. And she became able to give birth. All the wombs of the world closed up for this one this one Sarah. And so they had to be tested, and they had to be seen to be approved in order to reactivate the womb energy in their female counterparts. So she went around, and that in karma. You want to be real about it. She was walking karma. I'm going to leave it at that. Sarah wasn't nothing to play with. See, men will go around drawn to evil. Because they have no faith in anything higher than themselves. And they're ruled by their own fears and selfish desires. So they'll always go to places that are riddled with war and prostitution and degradation. So they are destroying. They're using Lot to figure out what to destroy. They're using Sarah to figure out what to rejuvenate and to restore. It is common in today that when we disperse males in the world, wherever they go, that is predominantly polluted and degraded, and full of evil, is often a place that will be barren and destroyed. Whereas a divine Sarah, a divine feminine ray goes somewhere, or a divine feminine goddess goes somewhere, she rejuvenates the abundance of everything, including the birth rates. So when a non-divine being goes somewhere, they cause destruction. When a divine being goes somewhere, they cause abundance. Because they never come alone. They come with behold and alo, their highest forms. Their earthly masters who embody those highest forms. And the deity that governs over those highest forms. They come in full alignment. They come big in spirit. And profound in soul. Meaning, they come with their divine masculine as well. We are going into the time now in the Genesis where in every town that there is a divine feminine, right now as we speak, there is a divine masculine that is allowing her to be in the company of others and to destroy. Because of the lack of clairvoyance and attunement and alignment with their highest selves. Their angelic forms, their God forms, their astral forms, their light and water bodies of the ethers. If you're not in tune with that, a divine feminine is in your sector, and you're going to get everything, or everything is going to eventually be taken from you. There'll be a curse upon your blood lineage.